Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very good. We're in Sheffield.
We are, it's St. Patrick's Day. Not that that's related, I just wanted to let everyone know that
Well, no,
we're
I
here
think
on
it is
Spain.
actually. For those of you who didn't come to this Sheffield event, there is Guinness served during the coffee break at 11:15.
It's just a nice time because we've come from Dublin. The last event that they've seen is the Dublin seminar.
This is true.
Now it's the St. Patrick's seminar.
There's a theme. It was by complete fluke and accident.
No, you don't tell them that.
It wasn't planned
Completely
at all.
on purpose.
Wasn't planned at all.
This is our itinerary, I'll show
Yes.
it on screen. Today we've got a bunch of speakers in talking about fire risk assessment and the inspection guide. That'll be fun. Who's that? That's Noel, that's our own Noel Rowan.
No, well,
So that'll be very
inspection
fun.
because, for those of you who keep a close eye on LinkedIn, ASFP recently published the inspection guide for passive fire protection. It's now in its second iteration. The other thing we'll be doing in the coming weeks is we'll be putting a technical group around that guide to evolve it thereafter. Any members interested in being involved in a technical group around the inspection guide, let us know, because we will be putting a call out quite soon in the next few weeks for you to get involved in that one.
Some other things we've got, what's this, coffee break, no, it's not one, sorry.
Coffee break, good. Who's doing that?
Gateway 2 update, that'll be Neil Hope Collins.
Neil Hope Collins, yes,
There
from
you
the HSE.
I think that'll be a good one, so we'll see what he has to say.
Indeed.
We've got a bunch of things on, so should we just jump into it, I guess?
I think we should jump into it. We're going to do like we did in Australia. There's no green screen.
No, we could do that. Should we try it?
We'll try it. Sheffield, everybody.
Right, so I'm here with Noel Rowan from the ASFP, who is delivering one of our talks today. So Noel, what are you talking about today?
I'm going to talk about the ASFP guide to passive fire protection for fire risk assessors. This was originally drafted about 10 years ago in response to the regulatory reform fire safety order. But we've had to update it because of all the legislation that's happened since the Grenfell fire. So I'll be talking about how the guide worked and the changes we've made to the second edition. The reason the ASFP wrote the first version of the guide was that the certification bodies who were seeing applicants for new fire risk assessors coming in. They knew all about the processes, they knew the legislation, they knew about means of escape, but they were weak in passive fire knowledge. They literally contacted me and said, "No, we need something, a shortish guide to passive fire protection for fire risk assessors to evaluate means of escape. We don't want piles and piles, but we want one document that covers all passive fire." I thought about that, I thought, yeah, I'll do that. And that's how it happened. It was one of our most successful downloads.
Is that a one-stop shop for everything? What if they need more information, whether they go past the guide?
The guide is split into 3 phases. The first phase is the legislation of why you need to do it. The second part is how you evaluate each type of passive fire protection. And the third part is annexes for further reading and links to other websites and third-party advice for there. You should be able to either use it in its entirety, and if you need more information, you can go to the third parties.
Brilliant.
My name's Matt Spivey. I'm the Vice Chairman of the Institute of Fire Safety Managers, and I'm here at the ASFP conference today to talk about the fire risk assessment competency journey. So where the business started and how we've dealt with competency, what things we've put in place, and how the industry's dealing with competency as well. I'm going to look at BS 8674, how that started, its origins within the fire industry, and also how it's led to the tier system and how that now gives the industry some confidence in when people are delivering fire risk assessments that they've actually been measured and judged and they are doing a good job and they are actually competent. There's no format for passive fire inspections at the minute. It's just whoever does it makes up their own templates. There's nothing there to give any guidance to anybody. I'm a fire engineer, so I deal with a lot of construction, and what I find in construction is that the larger construction projects have got fire stopping sorted. They understand it, they're very good at it now, whereas the smaller local conversions and smaller builds still have absolutely no idea about fire stopping, and in some cases don't even do it. As an industry, we need to get out there and speak to the people, the construction companies, so they understand that they have to take passive fire protection seriously.
Hi, my name's Neil Hope Collins. I'm the policy lead for the Building Safety Regulators function as a building control authority. I'm here today at the ASFP seminar in Sheffield, and I'm going to be talking about what's been happening around building control approval applications, particularly at Gateway 2, and the changes that have been made by the operational teams to process them a little bit more effectively. But I'll also be talking about some of the common failings that we're finding finding in those applications, particularly around work to existing buildings, that interest to the members here, and hopefully having a little bit of a discussion about their experience of going through the gateway process with the building safety regulator, and hoping to provide some support and help for them that they can take away and use in any of their future applications. Some of the stuff that we've been learning, some of the stuff of our experience now, is getting people to recognise just how important it is to think about the final step, that completion certificate, and the evidence that they may need to get through that, rather than looking at the Gateway 2 as a single thing on its own. It isn't. It is the starting point. And more now I'm recognising the importance, having that conversation with people about where do they want to end up. And that will also open up a little bit of the discussion of what is the purpose around some of the accompanying documents for the applications that the new legislation brought in, and what they're for and what they're not. You can wait till afterwards till you find out the answer to that one.
Hi, I'm Richard Clark. I'm a senior fire engineer with the National Fire Chiefs Council. Today I'm going to be talking about what to expect when you're inspected. So I'm going to go through the background of what a fire safety inspection may involve from a fire and rescue service point of view, what we look for when we go out to premises, and what some of the potential outcomes might be. I think the main questions will be around what level of competence and how to prove that you are competent when dealing with buildings, because I think that's one of the key things. There's lots of people operating in the market at the moment, but not all of them do things safely or right.
I decided to look at this fire risk assessment business.
Morning everybody, I'm Andrew Taylor, I'm Head of Technical here at ASFP, and I'm here with
Noel Chambers, I'm the Fire Safety Director for Kia.
We're doing a session this afternoon looking at the trials and tribulations of Gateway 2. I'm going to be looking at it from the perspective of the system and how the system is working and how the system has evolved since it was adopted a couple of years ago.
I'll be following up on the Gateway 2 requirements as well from the contractor's point of view. How do we implement the Gateway 2 process and what the checklists are available?
I'm going to be talking about the system and procedure. One of my concerns is that some of the systems that are being proposed are developing in ways that we as the trade association don't necessarily want it to go. What we're advocating for is greater earlier design. We're doing a lot of work on developing a design guide to make sure that as a construction industry we nail down all the descriptions of all the things that we need to be considered before we start picking products and before we get to site.
I think that's a really good point. I'll be picking up on a case study in particular, and we'll highlight where things go wrong, and just picking up on Andy's point. Gateway 2 is all around design, so it really is about getting the design right, engaging with the right people at the right time, and ensuring that products are available to support the design, and if not, what do you do about it?
But Noel's going to use a key phrase in his talk, design sufficiency. I only wish I'd seen that first, because if I've remembered to put that in there, that's a really key point that both of us will be touching on.
Yeah, it's a significant point, and like all things, you need to have a sufficient output, and how do we judge whether something's sufficient or not?